In this video, we're going to take a look at self-love. What is it? How you create it? And what are the benefits of it? Hi, it's Mark Waite from Mark My Words, where we help people fast track a comeback from a major life setback. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and all the content I'll be referencing in this video can be found in the description panel below. Click on that and you can download that information. So today we're going to talk about self-love and why it is important. And it's probably ironic because not often do you see a guy talk about self-love, and it can be misunderstood, the whole concept of self-love. But let me try and break it down for you. I want to talk about what it is, how you create it, and what are the benefits of it. Basically, self-love is just having a healthy view of yourself which wants the best for you. And you know, there is a proverb which says love your neighbor as yourself, and that principle works. The world would be a better place if more people love their neighbor as themselves. But the problem with that is that many people don't actually love themselves, and therefore they find it difficult to love their neighbor. So self-love is something which is very important for not just your own personal well-being, but for the well-being and the health of the relationships of those around you. Because if you struggle to love you, it's very difficult then to love other people, particularly if you've got family, children, people who are very close to you. It's really important that you have a very healthy, genuine, authentic view of who you are in terms of how you value yourself. And that's what self-love is. It's the degree in which you value you. And when you value something, you have a sense of respect for it, a sense of awe about it. You know, I could, for example, take my tennis shoe, for example, and say, oh, that's just a dirty stinking old tennis shoe, and that tennis shoe there, or that casual slip-on shoe is probably now the best part of a year old, and it's probably a bit on the nose. But if I said to you that was the shoe that Novak Djokovic won Wimbledon with this year, all of a sudden the value of that shoe now goes up. And many times people see themselves as old tennis shoes. They just see themselves as someone who is not worth much and has been used and has maybe a a degree of on the noseness to it. Particularly if you've been through a setback, you can start seeing yourself as not worth much at all, particularly if you've lost something through your setback. But the truth is that you are valuable, and you're much more valuable than a tennis shoe that may have won Wimbledon or been on the foot of the player who did. So make sure that self-love is understood around how you value you, right? Do you value yourself to the point where you understand that you have got a contribution to make, and it doesn't matter what you've been through in the past, what setback you've had. It's very important how you still, regardless of what's happened to you externally, it's very important how you view who you are internally, and that is someone of value. Okay, you are valuable because there is only one of you on the planet, and you know the world's not finished with you yet. If it was, you wouldn't be here, right? Your best days are ahead of you, and you have to believe that. And even if you've gone through hell on earth right now to this point, and you possibly still are living in a place where it's really tough, know this, that you are valuable and you can turn things around. So self-love is understanding that you have a healthy view of who you are based on value, and it's not because you're confident or cocky or have an unhealthy egotistical view of yourself, but it's more around just knowing that you are valuable. And when you know that you know that you know that you're valuable, then how you walk, how you talk, how you look after yourself changes everything. high value, you tend to take care of things of high value. When you understand that your value is high, regardless of what your balance sheet or profit and loss might say right now, you still have an intrinsic, unique value which has no dollar amount can place on it. So that's the first thing. Second thing, how you create self-love in your life is you need to feed your inner person with the environment of self-love. So what that means is making sure that you're doing the basic things, the small things really well around caring and valuing who you are as a human. It gets back to what you fuel yourself with. What you fuel yourself with mentally, what you fuel yourself with physically, and what you fuel yourself with spiritually, because we are three people. We are physical, mental, and spiritual. You know, on our dashboard we have a physical gauge, a mental gauge, and a spiritual gauge. Now, if one of those gauges is on empty, then you're never going to get the full potential out of who you are. So how you create self-love is understanding that attention needs to be paid to all three of those gauges. It's how we look after ourselves physically. Are we in shape? Are we in shape mentally? What are we fueling our mind with? What are we listening to and what are we reading? You know, it's making the necessary adjustments to make sure that our nutritional intake mentally and physically is where it needs to be for this high valued individual, which is you. And of course, spiritually, wherever you're plumbed in your belief system about someone bigger than you, a creator, God, whatever your belief system is around that, are you paying the necessary attention to your spiritual growth, your spiritual development? Are you spending time meditating, thinking about things that are principles which are designed and are created to transform our thinking about how we see ourselves? So it's making sure that physically, mentally, and spiritually we're fueling our bodies, our minds, and our spirits with the right nutrition. So self-love then is a byproduct of how you value and how you fuel those three key gauges, those three key areas of our life. That leads me to the third point, which is the benefits of self-love. And of course, when you're in a place where you value who you are, you love who you are then in a position where you can actually love other people. And love's a funny word. There's been countless millions of songs written about love, that word L-O-V-E, over the years. And love is making sure that when you are in love with someone, your partner, your wife, your husband, your children, people in your family who you're very close to, you are actually in service to those people. So it's the same with you. When you're in love with yourself, not in a tacky way, but in a healthy, robust way, you're actually in service to yourself. You actually look after yourself. You serve yourself to give yourself the best possible advantage in life. And you can't give away what you haven't got. So if you don't love you, it's impossible to love someone else. So that's why it's the cornerstone of healthy relationships based on love is a healthy you, a healthy, loving view of yourself. Because what you then have, you can then give away to others. So understand that when you live in love with your spouse, with your partner, with your children, it's a great way to live. People who don't have love in their life, you know the consequences of that. They live very empty, hollow, lonely, fearful lives. There is a principle which says what you sow is what you reap. So what you sow in the ground is what you'll reap in a harvest. And so to sow love, you'll reap love. When you sow more love, you'll reap more love. But you have to have it to be able to sow it. That's why it's so critical to understand that you are valuable. You are special. You are unique. And your self-love has to be, the foundation of self-love is based on understanding just how valuable and unique you are. And once you start to then fuel your inner person mentally, physically, and spiritually with the right nutrition to increase that self-love, you are then able to increase the love to other people in your life. And what you sow is what you reap, and the more love you sow, the more love you'll get back. And that's a great way to live. In fact, it becomes a fantastic lifestyle. If you like what you see on this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell on the side as well, which is the notifications bell. So next time I upload a new video, you'll get a notification that it's there and you can go and have a look at it straight away. In the description panel below, you've got access to my website. That'll take you to my 10 bold steps. These are 10 steps that I took after a catastrophic marriage and business collapse that helped me fast track to be in a place today where I'm in a better position in all areas of my life. These 10 bold steps are yours free as a download when you click on the link below in the descriptions panel. Enjoy the benefits of working on your own self-love. You're special, you're unique, and your best days are ahead. Until next time, we'll see you on the next video.